Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Bold and the Beautiful. Brooke humiliates Ridge at FC as loyalty plan blows up. Bold and the Beautiful has Brooke Logan with a plan to put Ridge Forrester back in the Forrester Creations driving seat, despite betraying her daughter to do so on the CBS soap next week. But hints suggest he finds out about Brooke's loyalty too late, as by then, he's already christened his rebound with Taylor Hayes. So next week, this likely unleashes a woman who basks in the power of her CEO position, humiliating Ridge along the way. Bold and the Beautiful had Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, spill her guts out to Zen DeForester, Delon Demetz. This is the man playing 007 for the Forresters, as the family is on the outside of their company, looking in, but she likely makes Zendy keep her plan under his hat. If so, this could be a bad move. Zendy is on a spy mission as the Forrester family plants him inside the company. He is tasked with reporting back to the Forresters about what transpires at SC during this takeover. Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, Eric Forrester, John McCook, and Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline Messinswood, expect reports of chaos. But the one thing they didn't expect was for Brooke Logan to join Hope Logan, Annika Noel, in this takeover. Still, from what Brooke told Zend on Thursday's Bold and Beautiful episode, she isn't joining Hope and Carter in their takeover. Instead, she agreed to fill the CEO position as part of her plan to put Ridge back behind his desk. Brooke Logan's plan smells awful to B&B fans, as she's about to betray Hope Logan. But what looks even worse for her future is Ridge swooning over Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, this week on Bold and the Beautiful. When Hope Logan finds out what Brooke is up to, she likely sees her mother's plan as a betrayal. But instead, Brooke Logan likely considers this plan of hers, one that helps everyone, including her daughter. So Brooke might have the thought of helping Ridge gain back control of his company close to her heart. But he is likely about to break her heart, as Bold and Beautiful spoilers indicate. He replaces her quickly with Taylor Hayes. So, if Brooke finds out about her destiny now floating over to Taylor on Bold and Beautiful, she may fess up her plan of betrayal to Hope and Carter. Then she may join them for real this time, with no hidden agenda. This gives her the path to take Forrester Creations to new heights. It would also make Ridge eat his words about FC being nothing without the Forrester family running it. Ridge Forrester saw Brooke Logan's announcement on Thursday's Bold and the Beautiful. Then he turns to Taylor to tell her she was right all along about Brooke. So as Brooke betrays her daughter to fix things for her dressmaker, by next week it is likely too late. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers have Ridge Forrester schmoozing Taylor Hayes. She usually falls for his rebound action, but maybe after her broken heart syndrome, she may come back at him with his own words. Ridge Forrester told Taylor that he keeps making the mistake of going back to Brooke. Now, as a smart head shrinker, she should tell him the same thing about herself. Taylor continues the same mistake of taking another rebound plunge with him. But with cheerleader Steffi hovering around, she might give in. So if that's the case and Brooke Logan finds out that Ridge is already swimming in Taylor's pond, revenge will likely be her reaction. The sweetest revenge would be for Brooke to handle Forrester Creations better than Ridge or his daughter. This would mortify the man who thought the company would crumble without him. In an intense and unforgettable scene on The Bold and the Beautiful, the highly anticipated moment fans have been waiting for finally arrived. Brooke Logan humiliated Ridge Forrester at Forrester Creations. What was once thought to be a simple strategic plan to secure loyalty in the company turned into a complete disaster, as Brooke, never one to back down, exposed Ridge's deepest vulnerabilities and shattered his carefully constructed image. The entire Forrester Creations boardroom was abuzz with tension that day, as Ridge called the meeting to announce his new vision for the company. His plan was to build stronger alliances within the family and ensure that Forrester Creations remained at the top of the fashion world. He had spent weeks devising the perfect strategy, one that would finally give him the upper hand in his never-ending battle for power within the company. At the heart of this plan was his long-standing loyalty pact with Brooke. For months, Ridge had been working with Brooke to push his agenda forward, convincing her that this plan would unite the family and make Forrester Creations more successful than ever. Brooke, always loyal to Ridge, agreed to support him in this endeavor, even though she knew it was a risky move. However, Ridge's confidence in his ability to manipulate situations had led him to overlook one key detail: Brooke's unwavering integrity. Brooke had always been the one to stand up for what was right, regardless of how much it might hurt her personal relationships or professional standing. And Ridge's growing arrogance, along with his history of betraying her trust, was about to cost him dearly. As the meeting proceeded, Ridge laid out his plan with characteristic confidence. His words were smooth, calculated, and full of promises of success and prosperity for Forrester Creations. But as Ridge continued, Brooke's mind began to race. She was no longer the woman who would silently stand by his side, allowing him to manipulate her for his own gain. Something had shifted inside her, and she knew this was the moment to finally take control of the narrative. With a cool, steady voice, Brooke interrupted Ridge's grand speech. She stood up from her chair, a look of determination in her eyes. "Ridge, I've had enough," she said, her words cutting through the room like a knife. Ridge froze, his face draining of color, as he turned toward her in shock. "This loyalty plan, it's a joke." The room went silent. The other board members, all accustomed to the dramatic battles that often took place within the Forrester family, exchanged uncertain glances. But none of them expected what Brooke would say next. "You've been playing everyone, Ridge. You used me, just like you've used everyone else," Brooke continued, her voice steady but filled with undeniable anger. "You made me believe that this was about loyalty, but it's really about you trying to keep control of everything. The company, the family, and yes, even me." Ridge's jaw tightened as he tried to maintain his composure, but the truth hit him like a thunderclap. For the first time in years, Ridge felt completely exposed. His elaborate plan to secure his power at Forrester Creations was falling apart in front of everyone, and the person delivering the blow was none other than Brooke Logan, the woman he thought he had under his thumb. Brooke's eyes never left Ridge's as she continued to dismantle him in front of his colleagues. "You may think you can manipulate everyone around you, but I'm done being your pawn. Forrester Creations deserves a leader who values loyalty, who values trust, not someone who's willing to sacrifice anything and anyone to stay on top." The board members were in shock. No one had ever seen Brooke speak so fiercely, so unapologetically. Her words were like a force of nature, sweeping through the room and knocking down everything Ridge had worked so hard to build. It was clear that Brooke wasn't just confronting Ridge for his betrayal. She was confronting the very system of power that he had created and controlled for so long. Ridge, struggling to maintain his composure, tried to regain control of the situation. "Brooke, this isn't the time or place for this kind of conversation," he said, his voice wavering slightly. But Brooke wasn't having any of it. "No, Ridge, it's exactly the time. It's the moment where you finally realize that your manipulations are no longer going to work. You can't keep using me and the people around you for your own benefit. The truth is out now." Her words stung, and they stung hard. Ridge had always prided himself on being able to outmaneuver anyone who stood in his way, but Brooke had just delivered a crushing blow that he couldn't deny. This was more than just a personal betrayal, it was a professional one as well. Ridge's plan had backfired in spectacular fashion, and he had no one to blame but himself. As the tension in the room reached its peak, Brooke's final words echoed through the silence. "I'm done, Ridge. Forrester Creations deserves better, and so do I." And with that, she walked out of the boardroom, leaving Ridge standing there, humiliated and defeated. The aftermath of that moment was nothing short of explosive. Ridge's plan to secure his grip on Forrester Creations had crumbled, and he was left to pick up the pieces. Brooke, on the other hand, had reclaimed her power, sending a clear message that she would no longer be anyone's second choice or pawn. For the first time in a long time, Ridge was forced to face the consequences of his actions. The loyalty plan that he had been so sure would work had completely blown up in his face. And Brooke, with her courage and strength, had proven that even in the cutthroat world of fashion and business, loyalty to oneself and integrity were the true keys to success. As the dust settled, the Forrester family and everyone watching knew one thing for sure: Brooke Logan was no longer the woman who would be pushed around. She had taken a stand, and it was a stand that would change the course of her future and Forrester Creations forever.